What's up, kids, women, men? You're all my children. What's going on? Scott, the life artist, back with another video. In this video, I want to respond to one of my subscribers. His name is Stephen. Funny, the last one was Sean. This one is Stephen. And my name is Scott. The three S's, man. I like it. Anywho, Stephen wrote into me that essentially he liked that I was laughing all the time, and I'm giggly and I'm quite lighthearted. And he is struggling to be lighthearted in his life. In his words in the email, I can't be bothered to go to it now, but basically it's just, sometimes I want to say something, but I don't want to feel mean. I find it hard to self-deprecate and I take myself way too seriously. How can I lighten up like you, Scott? Well, good question. That's a good question, Stephen. So basically, looking at your email, I saw 1992. I'm not going to reveal the rest of the Gmail. But you're pretty young, Stephen, and I remember when I was in my 20s that I was way too earnest. And if you haven't seen my podcast, check it out. I did Stop Being So Damn Earnest. And I probably spoke about this in numerous videos, but we as humans are way too earnest at times. Way too earnest. I mean, if you're in British culture like me, I'm not sure where you're from, Stephen, but we have a hard time lightening up, warming up. And we're way too earnest. And we forget the fundamentals that life is here to be enjoyed. Life is to be played with, have fun with. And it took me a long while to admit that I couldn't take things as seriously as I wanted to. I had to lighten up, but there's some funny shit in your life and some funny things in the world and life in general that are gonna make you laugh, right? Laugh when you shouldn't laugh, but you should laugh because it's fucking funny, right? And I'm not talking about not having respect, not being sincere, and being serious when you need to be serious. Of course, there's a proper place for that. But there's also a lot of voids that can be filled with laughter. And a big part of awakening or living your life or maturing, however you want to put it, being the artist in your life is learning to lighten up, enlightening on yourself. And yeah, so for me, when I was like, from 21 to 30, I was really earnest. And I was uptight and I was anal. When I used to see people swear, I used to swear, but I used to see people kind of self-deprecate themselves and, complain maybe, or just speak their mind in anger or whatever. It used to threaten me because I was afraid, because I was so brittle and so pent up and so serious. And so lightening up is key. Having a sense of humor is key in life. Humor, from my deduction, is basically the poison drip to fear. The more you can genuinely laugh at things, the more you lighten up, the less fear you'll have in your life, right? Like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example. It's like the elephant in the room, right? If you're scared to call out the elephant in the room, like, I'm fucking exhausted, or this weather's fucking freezing, or this guy looks like a damn pervert. Hope you guys aren't speaking about me. I'm high pedestal flavor, baby. I'm sorry, I'm back out on the dating. I'm feeling promiscuous, but fuck it. Anyway, listen up, listen, Stephen. Don't take yourself so serious, right? Have a sense of humor. If you have faults, addictions, maybe you're greedy sometimes, selfish, you're a pervert like many of you are out there, have fun with it, lighten up. Don't be so crude and rude and mean to yourself, right? And when you find something funny, laugh, right? Because we think life is like this serious mission and we forget we're gonna die, right? We're gonna go into the ground, we're gonna get burned. We always forget that. And we forget the bigger picture, that we really ain't that important. As an ego, we're really not that important, right? Sorry to break it to you guys, but you die, I die, 3 to 4 weeks, people moved on. Maybe a year, 2, people will always remember you in your heart that you've touched, but guess what? People go on. Generations go on. Life goes on. So don't take it too seriously. You can't bring that serious shit with you, right? But that's the main thing, right? Lighten up and realize life is about enjoying it. Look at my previous video about enjoying your main quest but going on side quests, free roaming like an RPG video game. Look at that. Check out that video. And basically it means don't be in such a hurry to reach this mountain, right? Don't give yourself massive blood pressure and spoil it for everyone else by just not being inclusive enough and relaxing to enjoy the process and the people around you, right? And that's another thing about humor. It's shared with others. It's shared with friends and family, right? So don't be afraid to poke fun at your friends and your family, right? People around you. Be lighthearted. Be a bit of a jester. Don't be so sensitive, right? If you are sensitive, be like, I'm fucking sensitive right now. And then you'll end up giggling because you've honored it. But you have to own it, right? You have to own your fears. You have to own where you're at in life. Like sometimes, maybe I feel like a loser, right? Some days I'm like, oh, I feel like a loser. I'm like, I'm the biggest loser in the world, man. I'm a massive, fat, #1 loser, right? And guess what? I'm already free because I owned it, right? We believe our fears are so damn serious, but when you shine lightheartedness on it, oof, don't underestimate that bad boy because humor is powerful. So remember to laugh and laugh often, right? And it could be anything. It could be anything, right? There might be a really cerebral, crazy nutball who lives in your building. I'm not freaking pointing at me. There's someone else in my building. They're a little bit nuts. I'm nuts, but they're staring a bit too long, you know? They've lost something. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. But for me, I can't help but titter to myself. I laugh. I'm like, fuck, it's the crazy person again, right? Fuck, it's the crazy person again. I find it funny. And it's my own in-house, internal, inside joke just for me about this person. I love this person. When I see them, they make me laugh. They're a good person, I don't really know them that well, but fuck, they make me laugh. And that's where being lighthearted needs to be honored, right? Otherwise, it's like, this person's serious. Maybe they're mentally ill. They might be. You might as well joke about it if it's going to make you lighten up and make them lighten up, right? Don't be afraid to crack a smile. Don't be afraid to joke, right? It's like I remember a friend when I was depressed and I broke up with a girlfriend at the time. I was in Bristol and I was so damn serious, so damn sterile, so down, yeah, but uppity on myself, give myself a hard time. I remember we were going to go to a bar and I was too high class for a bar. I was too prestigious, I was too vegan, too clean, too earnest. I remember leaving and I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to go because being so earnest will make you depressed. It will. At least from my experience, you get brittle. And I was like, I don't want to go, man. And he was like, looked at me, he was like, shut the fuck up. And I needed that. I needed that warmth. I needed that light-hearted touch. I needed that, I'm not going to take your damn fears and problems so damn serious, right? That brings us both down. I'm going to lighten up because I know you're better than that. And that's the power of warmth. That's the power of humor. That's the power of being lighthearted. So why not be that for yourself as well, right? Be childlike, right? When you see some people look crazy, be like, crazy people, right? Don't have to be, oh, crazy people. It's crazy people. These fuckers are crazy, right? Or, oh my God, you know, when you walk into an event, let's say you go to an event, to a party, and it's a shambles, right? You go to the party, it's a shambles. Instead of being like, disappointing, but I'll carry on. Stiff upper lip. How about walking in and you're just like, this is a fucking shambles, right? That's truth, that's bellowing, that's being warm. That's being honest with your guts. And humor requires some guts sometimes. Speak your mind, right? And realize you're not gonna tip to the other side of being mean, right? We push someone in the corner with your comedy, poking holes at them and making them feel overwhelmed. You'll strike a balance, right? But sure as shit, if you hold that shit in, like if you watch Gordon Ramsay and you get triggered, you're like, oh, what a mean man. Because you're mean. You're sniping people every day, right? So when you see someone just get it off their chest and kind of be normal and natural in a way, it might be overdone. It hurts you because you wish you had that fucking permission to do the same, right? So why not give yourself that permission? And start with yourself. You're not everything. You're really not. I hate to break it to you, Jimmy, Stephen, John, Paul. You're not. You're awesome, but you ain't that important. So start with yourself. Self-deprecate. Be willing to look the fool and realize the freedom in being a bit shameless, in being a bit outlandish, the freedom of dropping the pride if it doesn't really belong to you, right? Doesn't mean you don't have boundaries and respect, but you're not so pent up as this do-gooder, godly, princely, I am holier than thou attitude, because guess what? We're all gonna die and we all go back home. At least that's my belief, right? God loves us all. That's what unconditional love is, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. So, be it. This is the video, right? So much love to you guys. Stephen, just learn to lighten up, right? Call out the obvious. If your boss, I'm assuming you're working. If your boss is rude, when you go home to your wife, how is your boss? He's a fucking asshole. Instead of, oh, we're just going through challenges. Sometimes it's better, he's a fucking asshole, right? Humor is a way of dealing with conflict as well. Look into that, right? Anyway, I'm rambling, but lighten up, particularly around the so-called serious subjects, right? Authority, love, death, money, taxes, relationships. Have fun with it. Play with it. And when you find that balance between being serious and being humor-filled, ooh, that's a good, juicy combination. Oh yeah, it's nice. So take this away with you and digest it, okay? So I love you guys. Stephen, thank you for writing in. And I look forward to more of you sending in your emails so I can read them and help you out. All right, love you guys. Peace.